Good evening. How are you?
I'm fine, sir. How are you, sir?
Fine. So, what was the topic for the today?
Sir, today's topic was the logistic policy, and the second one was the poverty.
So, let us go with financial inclusion fund. What is financial inclusion fund?
Financial Inclusion Fund is set up by an RBI, which is basically in regulation with NABARD, where 2,000 crore rupees are invested for financial inclusion and providing banking services to the vulnerable sections, so that the banking sector can reach to the vulnerable sections also. The 40% ratio is with RBI, 40% with central government, and 20% is with NABARD.
So, this is the mock your review of questions, whatever you have learned to the banking and finance basic lectures. So, what is the minimum amount for the certificate of deposit
For certificate deposit, it is minimum 1 lakh, sir.
and to issue commercial paper? How much?
Commercial paper is
How much net worth
minimum
is it?
5, what sir, 5 lakh rupees is the for commercial paper,
How
sir.
much net worth is required?
In which, sir, in which thing?
Commercial paper.
Sir, in commercial paper, like it was only mentioned, like in PDF it was mentioned 5 lakh, and in its like multiples of lakhs.
Treasury
There
bills.
was no mention of treasury bills. Minimum investment is 10,000, sir.
Okay. So, one last question for the rapid fire is what is the name of the committee which recommended for the PSL norm?
PSL, uh, sir, PSL stands for like
Priority sector
private
lending.
sector, pri- priority sector lending. It was, sir, I don't know, sir.
So, what is the percentage under this PSL for the agriculture sector?
Uh, it is about 18%, sir.
Are you sure?
Yes, sir.
It means that you are doing well and you are revising these things regularly.
Yes, sir.
And see, today we are going to discuss first of all the newspaper, today's newspaper. Go ahead with today's newspaper.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Sir, the first news is that recently the monetary policy has stated that for the repo rate will remain unchanged at 6.5%. The second news is that the growth rate for the financial year 2025 will increase to 7.2%, sir. And the next news that I found important was that Sensex and Nifty will have covered about 9% of their losses that they have made in the recent election, after the result declaration of the elections. In the public and economy affairs news, the Moody's financial rating has stated that because of the lower seats of BJP, there will be a tussle to promote more of labor and like policies, that BJP will find it very hard to promote such policies. And last news is that the retail investor percentage will also increase to about 3.8%. It was that much only. Like others were related with EV sectors, and I didn't find it more important from the perspective of banking and financial related news. And there was not much covered about any new things and new terms. So I only read about that, but I didn't write it on my notebook.
What is bank rate at present?
Current bank rate. Current bank rate is 6.5%.
Is it repo rate?
Repo rate is 6 point. No, sir. It is different from repo rate. Repo rate is for shorter period. It is up to 90 days, and from
No,
90
no.
days and
You
beyond,
said repo rate is 6.50 and you are saying bank rate is 6.50. Is it?
bank rate, I think it was 6.75. When uh,
It is equal to
I
MSF.
I haven't
MSF.
looked
MSF
upon
is
that,
what
sir.
rate?
marginal standing facility rate, sir. The
How
banks
much
can take
percent?
overnight. Sir, MSF, when I read it was 6.75. It was
So that always equal to bank
MS.
rate, isn't it?
Uh, Sir, I don't have any knowledge on that. That bank rate is equal to MSF.
I am giving you that always remember bank rate is equal to MSF.
Okay, sir. Okay, 6.75%. I just like looked into it and it was written, sir. I
Go
just
with the
remembered the
first topic
numbers.
of the day, that is a logistic policy.
Sir, so logistic means logistic is a process where where the goods are acquired, stored, and then it is transported to the specified place. So the main things that are inside a logistic department is there is a coordination, there is a proper planning, there is a movement of resources. So this logistic things recently came into news in 2022 when Indian government has launched the national logistic policy, where the government wants to boost the logistics sector and to reduce the cost of overall operations, and also to provide the delivery service at a cheaper and quick rate. So what are the problems that we are facing right now is that we have like railway sectors, we have different transport sectors, but we are utilizing about only 25% of the railway sector, and the rest is we are utilizing through ships and through by roads and highways. So which is much costlier than railways, which is about 1.6 rupees in railways department. So why are we lagging behind in that? Because we have lower interconnected railway services for the cargoes and trailer ship. And if we compare globally to our the logistics sector, we have overall about 14 to 60% rate of logistics sector of the cost in the India, whereas if we compare to US and Korea and Japan, they have approximately about 4 to 6% of these logistics and sectors of cost. So these are the problems. So the government has that is why launched the logistic policy to tackle the logistics sector, and also to also to open various cold storage houses and cold storage places, because India is also very short on that and only focusing on big sector for the storage sector. And the next thing is that the PM Gati Shakti program will also be going to boost this logistics sector.
So I have told you that the when you are telling any topic, you have to make sure that you're going by that way. Means first of all, introduction. What is logistic? What you have told. Second thing is not go into the conclusion point before the body. Firstly, body point, that is in body. Highlight these three or four points. Then go ahead with description of that points. Getting this point. Then
Yes, sir.
conclusion. So in that way, if you will go, so you have not concluded this topic. PM Gati Shakti is also. You have to see in conclusion that we are lacking somewhere in the logistics sector, but the
Hmm.
PM Gati Shakti will boost that thing, and we will enable
Hmm.
our logistics
Sir.
sector in the upcoming future. You know that you have to see.
सर वो तो मैंने मतलब फॉर्मेट तो वैसे ही बनाया था कि पहले मैंने आपको प्रॉब्लम्स बता दिए कि वी हैव रेलवेज, लाइक वी आर यूजिंग लेस ऑफ रेलवेज एंड मोर ऑफ रोड ट्रांसपोर्ट, एंड वी आर लैगिंग फ्रॉम द ग्लोबल सेक्टर. सो वो तो प्रॉब्लम्स में आ गया ना सर, कि मतलब उसको और अच्छे से इलेबोरेट करना पड़ेगा मुझे और.
नॉट अच्छे से इलेबोरेट करना पड़ेगा, बट स्ट्रिक्ट प्रॉब्लम्स मीन्स
हम्म.
रेलवे फेयर्स, इंडिविजुअल्स कन्वीनियंस, लॉजिस्टिक सेक्टर
हम्म.
में क्या हो रहा है, डिले इन द
हम्म.
टाइम कंसाइनमेंट, दीज थिंग्स यू हैव टू
हम्म.
मेंशन. फिर इनका
ये
सोल्यूशन
मतलब
गवर्नमेंट
इन
कैसे
बुलेट
कर रही है वो
पॉइंट्स.
कंक्लूजन में.
ओके सर.
नाउ नेक्स्ट वन इज पॉवर्टी. यस, गो अहेड विद पॉवर्टी.
So poverty is a state or a condition where the person or a group suffer have do not have the financial efficiency to sustain the basic standard of living. Means the person is not able to get the minimum standard of living. So what are the problems behind poverty in India? So the first problem is that population explosion. So after the independence and in recent times also, the India is adding up approximately 17 million population every year, and because of that the resources are limited but the population is growing. Second is low rate growth of economic development. The third problem is that low production in agriculture sector in the recent time also because of the climate change and irregular irrigation facilities. There is a lower supply of proper food grains. The fourth is inflation, which is mostly affecting the poor sections and the middle class sections of the society. Fifth is that unemployment is also one of the root cause for the poverty in India, and there is so much competition, but there are very less opportunities in India. Fifth is there are natural calamities in the coastal areas can which has destroyed many people homes and also the food grains crops, and which is also leading to the poverty. Now what are the solutions that the government came up with? Was the first scheme that India launched was integrated rural development program, where the government has provided various subsidies to these people. And the second was Indra housing scheme, where the government has provided housing to the families of below poverty line. Third one is Jawahar Jawahar Rozgar Yojana, where the government has these are after the independence, where the government has aimed to provide employment to the people of below poverty line. Fourth is Annapurna Yojana, where the government has provided 10 kg of free agriculture goods to the old age people who is in the below poverty line area. And fifth one is the Manrega, which is Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Scheme, where the government aims to provide minimum
What is the full
100 days,
form?
100 days.
Manrega full form.
Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Scheme.
Where is S in Manrega for scheme?
So there is like no S in Manrega full form.
Where is A full form? After G, there is a A in Manrega. What is the full?
I think it is association.
What? It is Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Act 2005, not a scheme.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hmm.
Yes, go ahead with this.
So the next one is the last one is that Pradhan Mantri Pradhan Mantri Jan Dhan Yojana, where in which the government wants to provide financial inclusion by providing the bank accounts and sending subsidy and pension money to these people or who falls in the below poverty line, and to educate them about banking services. So by these kind of schemes, the government is also trying its best that to reduce the poverty in India. And in recent times, in the recent by the recent data, I saw that in 2024, less than 3% are people are below poverty line.
Okay, so that's all for the today, and you have
Sir,
performed very
topic
well for
for
this.
tomorrow, sir.
Okay.